was freaking me out. You know, I was feeling weird. I was going to work and stuff like that. I just figured, oh boy, you know, I don't know what this is all about. And then I was talking to him, and he told me he was having problems with his epilepsy. And I was asking him, you know, how he was doing and stuff, because we're real close. And he said, well, you know, I'm not doing good because I can't sleep. And so I was like, well, you know, I mean, after I said, let's do that. He said, well, I don't know, but I've been having these horrible nightmares. And I was like, really? What kind of nightmares? And he was describing the exact same thing that I was having nightmares about. And the first time they did the hypnotic regression session with me, they actually had a lot of problems because when I started remembering the stuff, especially what I remembered on the crack, I became very, very agitated, extremely agitated to the point where they were worried I was going to have a seizure again. So they had to keep bringing me out and then taking me back and bringing me out, taking me back. And it's kind of looked like an ant. You can imagine what an ant looks like without the antennae and the mandibles. That's how I remember seeing them. I remember they were very thin. They had very thin arms, and they were about as tall as rulers. Some of them were a little taller, some of them were shorter. Very thin. They were almost like a little tight. I remember the clothing reminded me of sailors' clothing. Skin tight clothes that sailors wear. Almost like a wedding. I'm not really rough about it. It's almost like a spandex or something. I remember that. I remember some of the devices that they used. But that was all. I mean, I was pretty much in a state of terror the whole time. That was my feeling. Well, every time I would try to remember something, I remember that. I remember that when the thing hit the blue, I was looking up at it. That's when they got it somehow. That light thing was some type of thing, or I don't know what you call it. But the next thing I remembered was under hypnosis was lying on my back. Only doing was move my eyes. I was like paralyzed, but I could move my eyes. And I recall looking towards my left, and just out of the periphery of my vision, I could tell that the other two guys were in this room, but they were like immobile. They were just staring at this like sculpture or something that came out of this wall or something. And that's all I could see, but I knew they were there. And I was thinking, you know, look, they took me out. And why was those guys helping me? You just not doing nothing. I'm over here paralyzed. What is going on? And I couldn't even see the ground. It was like fog. But it wasn't fog. It was something bright light. And then the next thing I noticed was like this hazy silhouette kind of thing coming out of this cave towards me. And there were three of them. There was one on each side and one at my feet. And when they were that close to me, then I could see what was going on, and they weren't human. They were obviously inhuman subjects. And they were just standing with regret, I recalled this encounter, and I was uncomfortable, scared, and in total disbelief. I didn't believe that I was seeing as they were just unbelievable perspective. That we would not use out of any of our single or independent regression. After being regret, I was shaking. A raging river as soon as it was passed, and the emotion, of being assessment and laboratory, all these things were really good. Deal with the rejection. I was totally silent for about the next 24 hours. I came back to the house and was back again. The first two days, and I started questioning what I had been told. When I was a rejection, it took about a year and a half before Ray and Tina and then one day they called the phone and said, okay, this is this is what Jack said, Jim said, Charlie said, Chuck said, and the only thing that, there's some details that are different, slightly different, but basically we all have the same story. So, but anyway, they said, look, this is clearly from your regression testimony that you guys experienced any kind of regression. The odds of four people giving this kind of information independent from one another is the odds are astronomical that this can happen by chance. I regret that I would not accept my regression when I really quit. They had said their regression, and Ray had been asked useless individuals who drawing of what was in the gun. I got back to my home. I got paper napkin and what I would call being looking like, as well as the hands, which were unlike ours, an opposable thumb and 5 fingers, so we can hold grass and do our technology. These were perfect, and they had an particular in like the palm of the hand. So they had their opposable vision. Their technology, the tools were used in that fashion when they would take you by the arm. You feel these 4 fingers on the split. The last fellow had been regret. Had submitted his drawing. Ray went over all the material that we see, and then he brought all 4 of us together for the first time. And we were all permitted to openly discuss this experience. Ray had laid all the artwork out on this coffee table in front of us.
was looking at the game of my companions and the striking similarity. They were, in their own hand, just like your handwriting would be different than my handwriting. Their drawing technique is slightly different than mine, but they're the same image. They're the same experience. So, I hope that, maybe I had some kind of neurological problem. Maybe I have a brain tumor. And that was one of the things that we shared in common. There has to be something wrong with us because this isn't normal. I mean, normal people don't do this crap. I mean, it's stupid stuff. I mean, I don't believe it, but I was there. I'm seeing their work. That's exactly the same. I was a real major photographer in a prison. And my direction and education, I was going to college was to become an educator. After the hourglass, I got an interest in medicine, physiology, technology, the medical investigation aspects, which were things I was not really aware of. I mean, my interests were shared the same as a physician. So some of the technology, like a panel, that I got playing with a panel with like a device, probably about this length and this width, had come down from above it when I was lying on the exam room, and my chest was covered in like a little texture that had edges, defined edges, but it was the same quality and color of light. Of light from the bottom of the sphere. And you could feature it. Physical structure. I was talking with some physicians I was working with at the time because right at that time I was doing an ultraviolet illumination instead of white reflective light like you would use on your own camera. And I was using ultraviolet film. We were taking photographs of people's body to look beneath the skin to examine the vein structure. And I began thinking about that light that shone in my chest and discussing that with this doctor. Immediately after that incident on Eagle Lake, I started having this very weird thing I call insights. I kept having these kinds of things over and over and over again, and I realized I could use the processes involved, these natural processes that occur in nature, use the clay medium, either as a technique to clay pieces and create surface texture and integrate the fine textures all together so that they're all totally integrated. So when we returned to Boston, I started working in this vein, trying to figure out how to work the processes of nature into my artwork, and that's what I spent the next 2 years doing. Before we went to the Allegheny, I was in the art store. My major was painting, and I was a very traditional painter. Landscapes is
what I was into. Landscapes and still lives, you know, setting things up, painting pictures, that kind of stuff. It's very traditional. And immediately, in fact, after the Hourglass, I never painted again. I never used paint. Immediately after I came off, I became obsessed with mathematics and geometry and trigonometry and four-dimensional physics and all this weird stuff. I don't know where this comes from. I was obsessed with it. I started making these constructions out of paper and string and it was three-dimensional math. It was all three-dimensional mathematics. And I was framing paper. I was drawing these mathematical patterns that were based on phi. And I didn't understand why. It was a compulsion. I was making these things constantly. I mean, my whole life became obsessed with this mathematics. I became just as compulsive about ancient temple architecture. Somehow I had it in my head. I mean, I don't know where this came from, but I just became obsessed with the belief that ancient sites were actually microchip technology. That they functioned as macrochip computers, like almost like a computer motherboard. And I just became obsessed with it. And I'm still obsessed with it.
After our regression, we were taken individually for a series of polygraph tests, and they were given by a man who, by the name of Bernie Reed, who was a polygraph expert for the Massachusetts State Police Department. He had formerly been a polygraph technician and expert for the FBI. And when he retired from working with the FBI, he worked for the Massachusetts State Police. Ernie ran us through the polygraph hurdles and obstacle course. And after we finished our exam, he said, well, I said, well, what do you make of it? He said, well, looking at the results, he said, you're being earnest, you're being forthright, and, you know, you passed this polygraph test. Maybe a year or so later, I had been invited as guest on the Joan Rivers television program. And they brought a polygraph expert up from Washington, D.C. that did work for the Secret Service through whatever connections that Joan Rivers program and such people had. And we had another polygraph exam. And we went on this program, and Joan Rivers was going on about our polygraph exams and our experience. But she was an incredibly receptive individual, which surprised us. She was a very gracious woman and very deeply interested, or she projected that to us, very deeply interested in our experience. She had a copy of the book, which we had never seen, and we're like, oh wow, there's the book. And after that, we had, I didn't tell anybody that I worked with that I was going down to New York City to be on the Joan Rivers show. My boss knew, one of my coworkers knew, because I didn't share this with anybody at work, because I worked in a medical teaching hospital. We were affiliated with Harvard Medical School, BU Medical School, and Tufts School of Medicine. And these are some of the most prestigious medical education facilities in the United States. And show, sharing our experience. Unknown to me was it was a live television broadcast. And at the hospital that I worked at, there are television sets in all of the patient waiting areas in the lobby. And boom, there I am on the Joan Rivers show. My coworkers see me. Within minutes, every television in patients' rooms where there were no patients, nursing staff, medical staff, engineering, housekeeping, every section of the medical facility I worked at was now aware of Charlie Holt having a UFO encounter. So, unknown, I come back to Boston, I go to work, and I had probably about 10 guys, so employees, all veterans, many of them in the Air Force, all come up to me and share